And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Arcane Static and welcome back to Once on a Windswept Night. We decided, we as the Traveler, decided that it's a story we want to follow.
Are you hungry?
The Traveler was hungry, starving in fact, but they had more pressing concerns to address. I was wondering if you could answer a question.
And what might that be?
How far away is Castella?
Castella, I suppose it's a good 10 miles away. It would take 2 hours to reach on foot. In this weather, however, it could take as much as 4 or 5.
10 miles? So much for 5 minutes down the path. That goblin, when I see him, I'll hit him so hard his ancestors will feel it.
Goblin? Are you by any chance going to the market in Castella?
That's right. I have wares to sell and I need to sell them. It is imperative I get to the village before break of day so I can set up my stall.
You say that you need to, but that is not possible. The rain is too great and your condition.
Who cares about my condition? If I don't make any sales, I won't have enough money to eat. That's the reality of life. Especially after the Traveler had given that goblin 5 gold coins. 5 gold coins was not an especially large sum, but it all added up. The nun, however, remained firm.
If you want to know who cares about your condition, I do. As a servant of Lady Madeline, it would be a grave sin for me to let you leave in this state. It is a suicide march. You will die.
But...
No buts.
But I don't even know you. Why do you care so much?
Because it is my calling to care. I don't want to see any more people suffer. Not this time,
she said dramatically, foreshadowing the fact that some more story shit has happened. She's probably watched some people suffer. Interesting. The "not this time" hung in the air, suspended by its own ellipses. Who fucking wrote this? It was, again, an invitation to ask questions, a loose thread in a story that was only just unraveling. But it had not unraveled enough. Not yet. There were further introductions to be done.
There will be no more arguing. You will stay here tonight whether you want to or not.
What a pain.
It was not.
It was not, the Traveler had to admit, their finest hour.
No, you must get some food in your belly. When is the last time you ate?
I'm not sure. 6 or 7 hours ago, maybe?
That will never do. I will have to tell Daffodil.
Daffodil?
She's the other sister who tends to this church. I will wake her and tell her about you, and we can make you some food.
Oh no, you don't need to wake anybody, not on my account.
But I must. It is my duty as a sister.
And though the Traveler wanted to object, it was their duty as a merchant to sell their wares. They could not. The expression on the nun's face was so determined it would have felt like a great cruelty to rob her of this chance. Also, she's cute as fuck, so...
I will tell Daffodil. You, meanwhile, will remain here.
I will?
You must.
All right.
You can look around a bit if you wish, but there isn't anything particularly interesting. You can try to steal our valuables if you have half a mind to pursue a career as a criminal, but you would be wasting your time. There isn't anything here worth stealing.
You make me sound like some sort of rogue.
I was not trying to accuse you. I was simply informing you of our financial circumstances. The churches have been in a state of decline as of late.
Is that why there are only 2 sisters working here?
That is a bit complicated.
A troubled expression fell upon the nun's countenance, and the Traveler felt guilty for having asked the question at all. It was clear there was a deeper mystery afoot, but the Traveler did not know what.
So,
the nun clapped her hands together.
Before I leave, is there anything you would like to know?
Yes, I just realized you haven't told me your name.
My name? Oh,
The nun blinked, her spiky lashes fluttering. Once again, the traveler worried her lashes might pierce those clear blue eyes of hers, and they would leak optical fluid down her cheeks. Who wrote this? That was mere fancy, however, and such a gory scene did not truly transpire.
It has been such a while since anybody has asked my name. I quite forgot. I apologize for my rudeness. It was quite the oversight.
It's fine, I don't mind. You are giving me a place to stay.
Yes, well.
The nun smiled a soft, charming smile accentuated by a light pink tinge to her cheeks, and ducked her head.
My name is Madeline.
Like the goddess?
Like the goddess indeed. I fear it is quite a feat to live up to.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. From what little the traveler knew about Madeline, she seemed like a perfect goddess to them already. Cute. Cute. Oh, it's adorable so far. It's very, very cute so far. The traveler sat on the wooden pew and glanced about the church with mild interest. Now that they were alone, with only the dim sound of the falling rain and howling wind to accompany them, they were afforded more of a chance to explore. What have we got going on here? The church was a ramshackle building, leaned to one side like an old man. Everything had an air of disuse. The stone floor was covered in marks and scratches, the pews dented and worn with age. The stained glass windows ran with rain, slick and wet. The altar in the corner, festooned by shadows, seemed almost watchful. And, most peculiarly of all, was, what, this model of the church? Oh, there was a tree. It was a withered old thing, perhaps even older than the church itself. It grew by the altar, its trunk sprouting up through the stone floor as though it had always been there, and the church had grown organically around it. Maybe it had always been there. It looked old enough. The traveler shifted, their behind brushing against a rusted nail. Ow! The nail snagged on the fabric of their cloak, digging against skin, and it hurt. Madeline had only been gone a scant handful of minutes, and the traveler did not know when she would return. What should they do while waiting for her? Do I get choices? Woo! Actual choices in the game! Examine the altar, examine the windows, examine the tree, or leave. Well, I obviously can't leave. Madeline is too cute for that. Let's look at the tree. Of all the aspects of the church that had piqued the traveler's interest, it would have to be that. The tree. Clomp, 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 clomp. With cautious footsteps, still trembling from residual cold, the traveler rose to their feet. If the spindly tree was depressing from afar, it was doubly so up close. The branches were withered and wasted like malnourished limbs. Though the tree bore leaves, they were mottled with age, and it did not bear any fruit. Perhaps it could not. The traveler swallowed. For some reason, the tree was disconcerting. In fact, foolish though it sounded, it was almost as though the tree was calling to them. Achievement unlocked, the Whisperer in the Darkness. Oh, what's all? Me? Plea. Help me, so please help me, is what the tree is saying right now. Neat! The traveler's ears, hidden beneath the folds of their cloak, flattened against their skull. If they listened closely, above the moaning of the wind and falling of the rain, they could hear something. They swore they could hear something. But maybe it was their imagination. They were being foolish. It was just a tree. Nothing more and nothing less. Just a tree. No whispered sound. Oh, look at you, you daffodil. Daffodil, you gotta have like a... Who on earth are you? Daffodil, as it transpired, was not nearly as welcoming as Madeline. Maybe it was because she had just been woken, but the traveler was more inclined to believe Daffodil was a disagreeable girl by nature. There was something about her face that seemed to say without words, I am thoroughly unlikable. It's probably the very high nose and very low mouth. Not even the nun's garb could dampen this impression the traveler had of her.
This This is the traveler I told you about, Daffodil. They are to stay in this church overnight to rest and recuperate.
I don't know if I trust them. They're a complete stranger.
That may be the case, but isn't it our duty to care for our neighbors, even those who may come from foreign lands?
But isn't it also our duty to look after ourselves so we can continue to serve the community? For all we know, this traveler could be a wanted criminal, a serial killer. Just imagine.
I don't think they're a serial killer. You aren't a serial killer, are you?
Like a real serial killer would admit to it, idiot! The traveler was inclined to agree with Daffodil, but let the comment slide. I wasn't a serial killer the last time I checked, but I might change my mind when I get a hold of that goblin. You were traveling with a goblin? For a few hours, yes. Then that settles it. We can't trust this person, Madeline. Nobody who travels with goblins can be reputable.
Daffodil, don't be so prejudiced. There's nothing wrong with goblins.
They're cheaters and swindlers, and they don't hesitate to stab people in the back if they can make a few gold coins. For all we know, this traveler, Daffodil made quotation marks with her fingers, could be a goblin themselves. We don't know what they look like. Yes,
I did wonder about that. You should take your cloak off. It is drenched with rain and you'll get sick.
The traveler faltered. Though their hood was heavy with rainwater, they had not even considered removing it. They could not. If it is all the same to you, I would prefer to keep the cloak on. I am sensitive to, the light. But it's dark in here. Not dark enough. I might get a rash. I have sensitive skin. This is all very suspicious. Forgive me if I don't trust you instantly. I'm not expecting you to. I never asked you to trust me. I was rather surprised that Miss, Madeline?
Just Madeline is fine.
I'm trying to keep all the voices in my head straight. That Madeline was so accommodating. I didn't expect it. Madeline is like that. She's far too nice for her own good. She takes in all the mongrels that turn up at our doorstep, and I'm the one who has to clean up after. Daffodil prodded Madeline in the side with her elbow.
Do you remember that time?
Do you remember that time you insisted we take in this old beggar asking for bread, only for him to steal our bronze candlesticks?
Well, at least we helped the poor man. His clothes were ragged and he was so very thin. I hope the candlesticks were of use to him and he sold them for food and lodgings.
Daffodil rolled her eyes. As always, Madeline, you are far too nice for your own good. We've already said that line once, haven't we?
But we must be nice. There aren't enough nice people in this world. You agree with me, don't you?
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Well, this was quite a quandary. The traveler had not wanted to get dragged into an argument, but now they had no choice. There should be more nice people in the world, or you should be more careful, Madeline. So this is, which of these two girls do I like better? And right now, it is definitely Madeline. Little Miss Sunshine, achievement unlocked. Madeline.
You think so? I quite agree.
Humph. Daffodil folded her arms across her chest and turned her nose up in the air. She seemed none too impressed by the traveler's reply. You're just saying that because you want to get on Madeline's good side. Not that that's very hard. Well, yeah, she puts up with you after all. That was what the traveler wanted to say, but they did not. Burning bridges with Daffodil, a scant 5 minutes into their introduction, would not do them any favors, particularly when Madeline was so fond of her. Why was Madeline so fond of her? It was a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Oh, yeah, sure, go for it. Take that line, why not?
Anyway, should I begin the preparations for a simple meal? Oh yes, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. It's nothing really. You're far better at cooking than I am. That's only to be expected given your upbringing. I wasn't very good at cooking when I first started either. I guess that makes me feel a bit better. If you would prefer, I could prepare the food while you attend to our guest. No, thank you. I'd rather cut myself in a...
Whoa, wow, damn, Daffodil! You throwing shade right now.
I would rather cut myself with a knife in 15 different places than rub salt into my wounds.
Well, fuck you too, Daffodil! Jesus! I'd rather jump off of the top of a stairs while wearing a jacket made of inverted nails than hang around with you. Ouch! Is my company really that repellent?
It is repugnant.
Repugnant, that is a $5 word.
And you don't deserve to eat Madeline's cooking. You haven't earned the right.
Somebody's rather protective.
Don't mind Daffodil too much. She says harsh things, but she has a big heart. She just doesn't want me to get hurt. It's not like that, really. You're reading too much into it.
So she's a tsundere. Great. Daffodil folded her arms and turned her nose up in the air.
I don't know how you managed without me for so long, Madeline. You're hopeless. That may be the case, but when I am with you, I feel rather less hopeless. You give me strength.
Oh, they're so cute together.
Stupid. Don't just come out with sappy lines like that. But it's true.
Oh, this is so cute already. Oh, good. Yes. So saying, the younger nun departed to prepare the food. And this is where we will depart this episode as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this so far. If you have, the like and subscribe buttons are waiting just below this video. To be insulted by a nun that you've only just recently met, like, moments ago. You can also follow my socials, it's the Facebook and Twitter that are in the description box, and if you feel like it, you can throw some support my direction at the Patreon link that's down there as well. You can get this game on Steam, if that's something that you're into. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.